then to 9Pandas, and 13-11 in the final map as well, so it was really weird. But they are a bit up and down, hot and cold, but I think they've looked better at a personal, sort of higher level than Bait have at the moment.
This is going to be fun.
Yeah.
9Pandas is a sleeper team right now.
Agree.
Made changes. They're a better lineup than they were the team that qualified for the previous major. And they've got Fierce in the coaching position, who was very well renowned for his time on Forza. Here we go then. Fast A hit is largely rebuffed. And 9Pandas used all their nades. They now have 2 players without body armor. This isn't fun. I don't know what you do now.
No, you haven't really got much control other than lobby, and that's not exactly an achievement. So, yeah, one thing I will mention, of course, which I kind of yapped a bit too much over, is the fact that we did both predict 9Pandas, I believe, in this game. So
see, I took 9Pandas because I thought you'd take Bait.
you think I'm a Bait enjoyer, right? So I mean, fair enough.
This 9Pandas team, I think we both have confidence in it, but it's quite young, especially with a result. That's the asterisk right now. Is can they get it working so quickly?
Yeah, that is true. I'm really looking forward to seeing how it works as well. I mean, 9Pandas, average age 24, right? I mean, obviously Glowing is the one that really ups that number, I would say. And Bait a little bit younger too, I think at 21 if I'm not mistaken. So, yeah, lots of young talent for the future, and past and present, to be fair, on the server. 9Pandas have actually parred this one pretty well to find a lower site plant, you'd imagine. But, of course, Essential does have a kit, so you can take
Does someone want to let Bait know that there is a second site on this map? Because they seem to have forgotten at the moment.
Yeah, there's...
Nobody was even grabbing information. Nobody was down the vent. Granted, they have a kit. But a layer of jeopardy now inserted that maybe didn't need to be. Result, somewhat baiting for his teammate with the door. Some shenanigans here. Big kill from Balance. Result, assassinates. And somehow, we're in a one-on-one. There is a kit. Shalfie now gives up his position. This will be massive. And he cannot convert. Pistol round for Bait.
Very nice from Essential. And, I mentioned this at an individual level. It's very clearly been a bit of a downturn compared to the rest of his teammates. But he'll play a lot of the tough roles. And as often the player that buys up the kit, buys up the utility, drops weapons to teammates and stuff like that. And if he can win rounds like that, then it's job done. It's the important rounds that matter. And that's a great start to the series. We have a player that's dropped out, I believe, in Shalfie. So we'll have to have a quick match medic to get him back in. But important start for Bait. And that's why we said it was a spicy matchup, because both these two teams are going to be at the RMR, of course. I'm excited to see how they do.
Let's continue discussing why 9Pandas excites us, because when you look at this team, Result for me is actually one of the best players in the world at his positions. Like, I genuinely believe he's inside the top 10, maybe higher, in terms of playing anchor roles on CT side. Sometimes small site, which is typically regarded as that's where like Carrigan plays on a lot of maps. Result loves those spots, and he plays hard lurker on T side. He'll play lobby on this T side, no doubt. You bring in Shalfie, who for a period called for Forza. He's better as kind of a secondary voice, isn't he? But he is supremely talented for somebody that must have a good mind for the game. Diladez, who on this team, no doubt was one of the better players previously. And Glowing must be calling some decent Counter-Strike. For me, the only question mark is actually Balance on this team.
It's funny you should say that, because I've kind of said the same thing. And from the games I've watched of 9Pandas, Balance, he's been fine. He hasn't exactly set the world on fire, but I feel like they kind of do sometimes need an AWPer that can do that, and he has been trying to. He used to be kind of known as a very much turret AWPer that wouldn't necessarily go too aggressive. He'd play his spots and get his kills, but sometimes that doesn't work in modern-day Counter-Strike, and I think he is trying to reinvent himself to be a little bit more aggressive, which I think is a good sign. But with so many AWPers out there that are young, are talented, and could definitely fit in and slot in really well with a team that's, helmed by Shalfie, I do agree that Balance can be looked at as a bit of a question mark. I mean, just thinking of names off the top of my head, like you've got those 2 young Belarusian players, Grix and Fenneman, I think. Fenneman from Cyberchoke, and Grix from, of course, Aurora Youngblood, who's been spending some time on the main Aurora team. So those 2 players, like, it's a young talent like that, which I definitely think could fill the Balance boots one day.
I think you're right. I don't think he's been bad. I don't think he's necessarily been a problem for this team. The thing that stands in my mind is I spent the last month watching Grix and Easy absolutely dumpster the lower end of the top 100 teams and shred them like they're paper going into a wood chipper. That is the question in my mind, is when, especially Easy, I guess, who probably, I imagine, is easier to get out of contract. I would have thought those players are in the crosshairs of plenty of teams. Have you watched Easy play yet? He's wild.
Once or twice, I think. Wait, didn't we do an Aurora Youngblood game together for CCT?
No, that's Grix. That's Grix. Easy is Guns.
Oh, it's Guns, of course.
5,
okay,
whatever.
Sorry. Yeah, he used to be on Aurora Youngblood. I'm pretty sure. I'm convinced of it. I'm checking right now. Easy.
So Guns plays second in the I'm losing track. The Atlanta qualifier. Yeah. So me and Mike watched plenty of him, and I think it was the first game we watched him play was on Nuke. I can't remember who they were playing against, but I kid you not, he jumped out of heaven and then got some like ridiculous kill and then 3K'd the round to win it. And there was a good 10 rounds in a row where Easy was just going nuclear, and we were just sat there like, when is this kid going up the rankings?
I'm glad I'm not completely on the wrong track. He did used to be on Aurora Youngblood before he went to Gun 5 Guns. So yeah, it's interesting. And as I said, I have had a chance to see a couple of games of his. What would you say is like? Because I was on different games for the Atlanta qualifier. I think you covered quite a few of the Guns matches, right? What really set them apart in that qualifier? Because that was kind of a bit of a dream run. Even though they didn't qualify, really.
For me, they played quite standard Counter-Strike, and they played it quite well. I do think the individuals were a huge factor for them.
Okay.
I mean, Easy was absolutely phenomenal in their earlier games, and then other players did chime in towards the end. Tenier, who obviously played briefly on
I like him
on Forza. Mechanically, his top end is very high. So yeah, I mean, in the last, certainly in the 2 games they had against Saw, I think they got found out a bit, but ultimately they were way out of their depth. Some of the games they were playing, so they've got work to do for sure, but for certain, they're on the right tracks. Unfortunately, Trav, we were trying to hold it for a minute, but it sounds like maybe this technical issue is outgrowing. Outgrowing our Phil. Shalfie, hopefully he's back soon, guys. When he is, we'll get the game promptly underway. We get back into the action. Not sure how long that will be, but the best thing to do is take a break, and then we'll get straight back into the game when we can. Don't go anywhere.
we are so back, and so is Shalfie. Thankfully, he is in the server. Not sure if we're live just yet, as we have players dancing around the spawn, but 1 round reset, and I hope everything will be good and ready. We've seen 1 round, Alan, and it was actually a fun round. Essentially winning a clutch defuse on the B side.
I'd very much like to see a second round. Well, I've been
too.
denied so far. Do we need a medic, or can we just go for this?
Let me check. Let me look in my logs. Apparently 1 bait player crashed.
Ah. Good timing.
Apparently they unpaused and a player crashed, which is kind of
It's like,
kind of unfortunate. I will say.
yeah, couldn't you have crashed in the big pause? No.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. It happens to the best of us, but it's fine. Yeah, obviously I'm quite grateful. I've got a little. I'm used to be a community broadcaster as well, like, you know, all the Challenger League stuff that English streamers get a chance to do when it's not a broadcasted match. So like I look at the logs and see what the actual issue is, and sometimes I'll be able to transfer the information. So and that's just hopefully a brief crash and nothing more than that. So
not to mention BCSA community broadcast lead, which is obviously your main
job
title.
Clearly. True.
I promise once my life calms down, I'll do some stuff. We've been a bit slow.
Yeah,
I sent Max some forms to sign. He didn't sign them. So
no.
blame Max. Everyone tweet at him.
Okay.
Sign the damn
Fair
forms.
enough. I'll do exactly that. One thing I didn't get a chance to mention actually is what I'll just circle back to in the pre-game, of course, is that just recent results for Bait. Obviously, we spoke about 9 Pandas having not played for a week. They focused quite a lot on BetBoom Dacha, right? Bait played in a lot of different things. They played in Challenger League. They played in CCT. They played in Yellow Compass as well. When the results have been not bad, they'll go through periods of struggling a little bit against maybe higher opposition. In the Rio qualifier, of course, they lost to Eternal Fire and to Heroic. But recently they've had wins over Sinners, who have been very good lately, of course. Their results with Oscar's incredible form have been very notable. And they've beaten Bleed as well, which is not a bad win, even though they're a bit of an up-and-down team at the moment with so many different changes. So they're still finding these good results to back up their qualification.
This is a really intriguing matchup. It's also... I'm quite surprised both of them... I'm quite surprised one of them didn't make it straight through to playoff through the higher seeded group.
Yeah, yeah. Let me check the results actually. Who lost to who on that one? Because I do remember a couple of them, but I want to make sure.
Bait, Nemiga won Bait's group, and then Aurora came second on round difference by the look of it.
Yes, correct.
How did Nemiga win the group of all the teams?
They're gaming these days,
and
mate.
then
Xantarans away. Khan wants to watch.
Actually, Group A was rough. TSM, 3D Max, Parivision, 9 Pandas, and Gun 5 all in one group.
Yeah.
That is brutal.
Bit of a group.
Even if a team doesn't make it through, they're playing spoiler to everybody else. Guns only got 1 win, actually, but that is a rough one to be drawn in.
Another plant.
There is a plant.
Oh my god. Can't believe it. Right, they're going to have to retake again. They did get 1 kill toward ramp on the rotating player. You can try and help out, but now they're going to deal with all of this. And Dodos is still in a position to be a bit of a nuisance. It's Alex to go down. Alex has been a bit of a really excellent piece for this Bait team recently. They get caught off on this occasion. Good clear by Sentinel once again, though. Shalfie on the gap in the doors will go down, but that angle, the double ramp position is so hard to clear out. Glowing gets not 1, not 2, but 3. And thankfully, Captain Kutka is there in time. Where is the defuse kit? It's not close enough. He's going to have to save.
I don't know there was one.
I think Essential had
There you
one.
go.
Yeah. He had one in the pistol, if you remember. It was a long time ago now, but...
I think it was actually time that lost them that round, because the ramp players, they had 5 more seconds. I think they went out because they didn't have much time. But if they had 5 more seconds, they can just wait for the player to come decon and fight with them. And it's like... The position they both died from that left-hand side down the ramp, that's obviously way exposed to decon. So yeah, maybe some miscoordination. It's been 2 rounds as well for Bait, where quite intent on staying numbers upper until the bomb actually goes down. Watch they get away with that again.
Yeah, I think it'll be interesting if 9Pandas clock onto that in this game. Let's see how the rotations work out in the future. Of course, 9Pandas have a pretty decent buy now, even though everyone died. 4 rifles across the board. MPL putting hot shots through the smoke. Good damage actually with that FAMAS. And look at that. Wow, he's put Iris Balance down to 37. He helps out Captain Kurtka for the kill on Shalfie. Max has rotated down with a headshot angle toward single door as well. And will actually play a closer angle instead. So, bait set up pretty well to hit straight back, actually.
And this round is so important for 9Pandas. You've got to capitalise. When you snap the money, you need to defeat the subsequent force fire, or it's kind of all for naught, isn't it? You'll be back on your back foot. Results found one. That's on the lurk. That's outside. Causing problems. Does get traded. There starts to push in. Claim side control. Senfield comes out of that 5-7 and doesn't claim too much. So for now, 9Pandas have stabilised. To get this bomb down. Nobody's looking towards decon. Quick check. Timely check from Glowing.
Yeah, good clear. Head trick removed as well as he tried to advance his way forward. And that, as you rightly mentioned, it puts a big dent early doors for Bates' money. Full eco has to come through, of course. When you're the team to lose a force buy wars, however long they are, early game, it always hurts you for a couple of rounds after. And that was well parved by 9Pandas once again, to be fair. Even though I thought Bait was set up okay.
Yeah, of course, always tougher to brunt 2 on the defense, and we'll see the result of that in the next round as well. There will be no AWP, well, unless Kirk does feel like a glass cannon, but I don't think so. And likely some sacrifices in regards to nades, maybe no kits, possibly some FAMASes come out to get said nades. It's a gift that keeps on giving. I don't know, there must be an analogy there, if you think about it.
Pain that keeps on hurting.
Something that keeps on taking.
I don't know. I can't think of something smart. Right,
now. Bad gift.
You could. There are multiple.
I once got some wooden spoons for my birthday.
That's worse than socks.
That was pretty bad.
That's actually worse than socks, I swear.
Okay. I do have a question. For you, is Bait the NPL head trick show, or are there more individuals here that we need to highlight?
I mean, usually Captain Kurtka's not the one to pop off. I would say it's actually Alex, to be honest. I know he's 0-4 so far. He's often been the second man behind NPL in my eyes, as like maybe the top fragger who would pop up if NPL isn't in that position. So I'm very curious to see how he plays during the rest of this game. It's a really important pick by Wrestle toward ramp as well there. Senthiel just trying to move angles on the wrong time once he's got his utility down. And I feel like Senthiel does occasionally get exposed on his ramp anchorage. It's a bit of a struggle for him on occasion. Alex is now looking for the possibility of them being on the B site itself. And it's time for Alex to step up. I do like Alex. I think when you see a kill come through in the kill feed, he'll be named. Well, see it might right now, maybe, yes. He'll be called Sexy Red. That might be a facing name, I'm not sure. Captain Kurtka will whiff half a clip, I'm afraid, on 2 players double door. So another B plant and another retake.
A couple more mollies for this T side. They choose to use them. They're holding on to control. Double doors wide with that, as well as ramp. And maybe Bait should say this doesn't feel doable. That is a nice kill onto Glowing, but save the gun head trick. This isn't winnable. Takes it around for now. But yeah, thinks better of it. Another. How many B site rounds are we going to see? Another B site after win for 9Pandas.
Yeah, they're really finding their success there at the moment. I do think head trick on this team is a little bit guilty sometimes of being a tad too defensive. People said that a lot about his time on NIP. But he'd actually kind of cut a little bit of that out in the games I'd watched of him on Bait. He was a little bit more aggressive, a little bit more bold. Kind of actually a similar discussion we were talking about with Idis Balance, where he was changing his style slightly to be a bit more combat-y. But sometimes he does feel like he's, in gun rounds especially, a bit late to the party on executes and retakes. So, see if that pattern continues.
The way I read Hendrick on NIP is like he comes into a system which is so alien, different language than he's used to playing in. Everybody's older than him. Everybody's more experienced, and it's just like it's so easy for a young guy to slip into a shell in that situation. And I think that is a very plausible explanation of why he played so boring, honestly, in a lot of those games.
That's fair.
But this is the right team for him. This is exactly what he needed. Go down a level, and he's actually played himself back into form. And they're on the brink now of the top 30 again. This is what his career needed.
Absolutely spot on. And I'm glad that he's got that. Because, as I said, he has been cutting out a bit of that sort of defensive mindset and putting himself in good positions. Of course, he's got the AWP here. He's not exactly in the best position right now. He's going to be bullied out of that area, but he's going to get a blind shot on Wrestle already. He'll be able to hop away as well. That's going to ward 9 Pandas away. They see the AWP and immediately Scarper toward ramp. And guess what? They're going to go B again.
Yeah, so when in doubt, go B. That is the mantra for these 8+1 Pandas.
Rip. Oh.
Failed. Finally. Through is here. Pistol frags. From Mr. Red.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's a Faceit name that pops up, I think, when sometimes it just doesn't sync correctly. Alex666, of course, is showing up as
I
Sexy
see.
Red. I'll double check
the red
that,
is for the devil.
Maybe, yeah. Give me,
Why is it sexy?
Maybe that's what he thinks to himself. Who knows?
I don't know what he looks like. Maybe somebody fact check this.
Let me check his face quickly. See if I can find the answer. Might be a Steam name, actually. Now that I think of it.
Okay. So, what have we got? Outer cross smokes. We had a miss smoke from the T side. There's a smoke. Am I going nuts? Is there a smoke on the silo? The
No.
mini-map is to be believed.
I think just going by that little spot we saw from glowing, I don't think there was.
They've used 4 smokes. So you use one by the vent. I don't understand.
Maybe he was trying that long run-up, jump throw smoke that lands in, like, heaven from spawn. I don't know. Could be wrong. So, as Essential, I mentioned his ramp anchoring. Doesn't need to be careful here. He's not even going to go for something this time. And that's actually the right play, especially in a 5v4. Don't throw your life away, especially when Hendrick is actually already on the B site next to you. But, of course, they have to say, guys, care hell. They can go heaven.
There's a lot here for Bay to worry about. What do they do?
At
the moment, they're sitting on the site, but most teams push lobby. And for good reason. This duel decided a lot of this round, and Shalfie is crisp as can be, calling walkers. Look at that. Oh, second kill is just as good. Wow, that is one way to brute force yourself back into a round.
And he has that in him, the Shalfie. Even as the IGL now, I think he has a lot of that to work with. But once again, the AWP duel is interesting, and it's Hendrick to win it out this time. Itis balance will go down. So 2v2, no kit. And Ressalt's going looking for something toward Hut. He'll get removed as well. They know now Dilladez is heaven. He's going to drop down looking for the second, and he actually somehow almost found it. But Essential has found his second clutch. One in the pistol, and now one in a gun round.
I've just realised only the Brits would understand my Walker's joke.
That's fine.
Because it's Lay's, isn't it?
Yeah, that's true.
In continental Europe.
Maybe you said Pringles or something. That's a bit more universal.
No, didn't hit as hard. Also, didn't Pringles hilariously have a lawsuit where they managed to prove there's not actually enough potatoes in them to call them crisps or something?
I actually can't remember that.
There's something absolutely
right
nuts
on that one,
where,
that's
like,
crazy.
where like they managed to prove there's not enough potatoes in there, so they don't have to pay some sort of tax.
Oh god,
it's just glorious. Everything I've ever wanted it to be. Send fuel here, pushed off ramp. He's giving it quite quickly, but it's better to do that than take fight and die. I mean, it's just been open for business, this area of the map. Every round, 9 Pandas seemingly getting down here, getting bomb plants. They might lose one, but they have never built any cash. They are hemorrhaging rounds on the lower side.
Yeah, and they've managed to clutch 2, but they were both on the lower side. I tell a lie. Never mind. But the pistol was on the lower side. And that kind of set them off and running. But then when 9Pandas won the force by going B again, it's hurt them for the rest of the map, kind of, so far. And again, 9Pandas is choosing to go ramp, and go ramp quickly. With Essential giving it, like you say. He gave it in a situation where he'd have a teammate's crossfire. But as you saw, Head Trick was kind of, well, I think out of bullets for a bit. They went to the USP and actually somehow found 2 with the USP, but not enough to set bait up for a retake like they've been attempting in the rest of this game so far. So this map pick for 9Pandas is looking as solid as ever.
Maybe it's time to change tact on Nuke, on ramp. I don't know, put an AWP there. You could get aggressive, perhaps. That could be interesting.
Lobby crunch with rifles, maybe?
They could, yeah. There's a load of options. The one option I don't like is continue doing what they're doing. And presumably that's what this timeout is to discuss, isn't it? They're sat there saying, right, guys, this isn't working. We're losing ramp. They're getting plants galore on this lower bomb site. Let's do something different. Also, if I'm 9Pandas, I'm not going ramp this round. At least not early.
It's all about reading when you think you need to stop the play that's been so successful. You can argue if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But with this sort of call, not such a basic call, you do have to change it up with at least maybe a fake or something. Maybe toward A. Yeah,
I certainly think it's the T side. When you see that pause, it's like you don't have to be a brain surgeon to work out roughly what they're discussing, given you've won so many similar rounds.
Yeah. Oh, poor Head Trick, man. He's been caught in the head in Garage. And they probably would have heard that goosh sound as well, to be honest. There's a good chance they know he's that low. Of course, it's hard to tell sometimes when it's through the edge of a wall. So, see how much effort they put into trying removing him. But he's going to be forced into playing super defensively, and bounce flashes will keep him very much aware. Shelfie's going to go looking for it, all on his own, and actually gets caught off guard. That is a surprise. 1 bullet required, 1 bullet not hit. Dink hit on Glowing. There's a 5-7 here as well, but he gets swiped out of the round. So 4v3 for 9Pandas. They've chosen a different route, but guess what? It's the second letter of the alphabet again.
All roads leads to B. Apparently.
Maybe.
This game. That was bizarre from Shelfie. I wonder if his, like, in his head he was like, I'm going to clear the deeper angle behind the box, the deeper box, and he kind of half cleared the one, which was actually being played, because it looked very odd. Okay, well, it's a bit of a monstrous start, isn't it? 7-2 is going to be the scoreline. Glowing and Dialades lead the way.
Yeah. Fate are an interesting team, of course, as well, right? Not just because of what they have now and what they're looking to work with at the RMR, but in terms of what they've had in the past as well. I believe, if my memory serves me correctly, they, at 2 separate RMRs, have been 2-0 in the Swiss stage, and they've lost all 3 of the BO3s. So, they have some pain from the past, and I think, you know, Captain Kurtka definitely holds some of that. One of the longest standing members.
Yeah, I mean, it's true. I mean, if you want to view this season as a whole for Bait, it's all about getting form for the right time. Yeah. They're overdue an RMR performance that actually finally gets them into a major. Look at this, though. Here's the change up. Wrestle going quicker toward A. It's a bit disconnected, though, and actually it gives Captain Kurtka a chance to get 2 quick kills in return. Lobby check by Shelfie. Works out for a 1-for-1. And Vance going for his kill, and that's the more of the aggression we need to see, especially a pick down in a round. Recovers it into a 2v2. Bomb recovered. Seem to be aware that there's still a main player to worry about too. So now 9Pandas need to find a way to win a closer round here. They're on islands, these 9Pandas players. Tough duel for Idis balance. And now that's the bomb in hut. NPL's looking... He feels...
Yeah.
I'm a bit confused. Do you think a player's going to come out as squeaky? Bizarre. And now the bomb has been left by Hedrick as he repositions. It is unexpected. That is a given, but he has handed over the bomb to Glowing. There's 36 seconds. Either site is a potential ending.
Oh, looks like he wants to go B, but Hedrick's in a really good position. And to be fair, that rotation has worked really well. Why'd you expect him all the way back in mini? So fair play, Hedrick. He gets it done. I will say I agree with you. I think MPL, there is maybe a thought process that he may have gone outside to check something and then come back because the bomb has dropped there. Thinking maybe they doesn't want to use so much time off the clock to go through main instead. But I feel like in that sort of situation, it's as long as it's short compared to, you know, paths to the bomb. So we'll get caught, but no worries. At least they win the round, and it's not through an essential clutch this time. They've actually won one with a head trick clutch instead. So that's the awkward thing, though. Of course, Bait have won all 3 of their rounds in this game with 1 player alive. So they've never been able to build up a bank.
Yeah, I mean, it's nice to have some rounds on the board, but 3-7 is a pretty grisly scoreline as the defense. And it doesn't look geared to get much more out of this. NPL is gone. And they're just going to let Glowing play, actually. Glowing is taking a lot of space on Outer, so they can crunch elbow hell at the same time. Just Essential here to clear. Does find one. Are they going to wait for Glowing or continue going? Result, just trying to bait for my money. Glowing goes into heaven. He doesn't actually wrap through heaven, brain's going through hell into elbow, and tries to combine hell and elbow as one word. Don't do that at home.
Always difficult. Glowing tagged down to 23 now as well, and with Captain Kutka on 24 and Alex on 27, it's a really tough retake for Bait. They will want to give it a look because they're relatively close up, and actually there is obviously a bit of a disconnection with where 9 Pandas are playing right now, and that nade actually works out toward Glowing. That's a low HP player removed, so how do they get Essential into position to be the main man in this retake? He's the one, of course, full HP. That's a great clear, but now it's down to Wrestle. He is always the main man, it seems, for this team. But the bomb, of course, is not planted for him. He is going to have to run this one down, and he just does not have time for it. Essential is going to win another clutch, his 3rd of the game, via a defuse, and will even get the kill as well.
He's our hero. See, the hero of that round was the nade into heaven. Because the bomb's planted for heaven too, so kind of a critical after plant position. They're having to work for these rounds. At least Karma is settled between both teams. I think both teams have won a similar number now of after plants. But 9 Pandas win all the ones on B, and Bates win all the ones on A, it seems. That's how this works.
In the gun rounds, yeah, actually.
That's science.
It's kind of funny. Good nade. Alex down to 55. 66, as his name might suggest. Captain Kurtka will find Wrestle as well. There's a lot of outside presence here for 9 Pandas. Hedrick is ready and willing to go, and MPL is in the perfect position to pounce at a weird timing. Oh, but Hedrick, the bullets are ducked underneath. MPL tries to get more than one. In the end, he has to have help from Alex to get that 2nd kill, and the HE actually does deal with Hedrick.
Oh, I see. Oh, Glowing is a posthumous kill.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, that's wild.
Rare, that's for sure. Essential, oh, he needed that one. He needed that one badly. And now it's down to Captain Kutka once again. And once again, it's going to be B. I don't think it's necessarily close enough. He'll now know exactly what's up, but hasn't got a kit picked up. May have a smoke, but I think he's made one step there as well in the vent. So he's going to go a bit more W key on this one. Clears the 1st player, but not the 2nd. Diladez hits a quick headshot, and it's 8 on T side for 9 Pandas.
You know, I'm sat here wondering, what noise do pandas make? And I don't know the answer to that question.
Well, I know the noises they make in Minecraft, because of course Minecraft has pandas these days. So they've had to surely they would have had to do some research on that, no? It's
I don't know. I mean, they're kind of bear-like creatures, so
yeah, it's like a
maybe
bear-like
growl?
groan. I don't know. It's like a
who knows?
I don't know. It's weird.
This panda's making some noise. Plenty of it. Ah, it gets. Oh my lord!
No!
Welcome to the server. Glowing puts his foot down. One more to find. Has to reload. Magazine capacity denies the ace. That is simply unbelievable. He was a dead man. He was trapped. He was being... It looked like he was missing every shot. And then 4 in a row. Find home.
Crazy. 17 and 9. And yeah, absolutely wild. It was the second and third, right? I think the second and third were literally one click of the left Beretta and the other click of the right Beretta. You know? Like, it was that quick. Pretty crazy.
There's a lot of results when you type in what sound do pandas make. That's what I'm learning.
Understood. Not sure I want to know. I do know the Minecraft sound though. It's like, I don't know. It's like some like bear groan, pretty much. And they sometimes squeak a little bit as well. I think the babies.
Like a trumpet.
Yeah, I think that like the babies squeak. I'm pretty sure. Like the panda cubs. I think they squeak a bit. I'm pretty sure.
I have seen pandas in the flesh.
That's
China.
Cool. That is cool.
I was in Chengdu, and Chengdu has a very famous, probably I can't remember, it was a while ago, but I think they branded themselves like the best in the world in terms of panda exhibits.
I think ESL actually did a piece on that actually for IM Chengdu. Harry and Hugo went and had
Did they see the red pandas? Because the red pandas were low-key the best part.
I think they did, you know. And you know what?
The red pandas, they don't get quite the, the media buzz
the
of their bigger
publicity.
cousins.
Yeah. They don't get the press. I agree.
Exactly.
I love red pandas. I actually fully on board with that. I've loved them for years, to be fair. Do you remember Animal Park on BBC? Hosted by Ben Fogle and Kate Humble. Remember that?
This was a long time ago now.
Yeah, we're talking 10 years ago.
I can't actually recall it, but it's the sort of thing that it might just mould in my head into...
No, I know. I mean, the only reason I said this, obviously, is because you are literally British, so... Well, British Cypriot, but you know British TV, so...
And I don't know Cypriot TV, so...
Exactly.
I know the names of the channels.
Yeah, there you go.
That's about it.
But yeah, I think they had a lot of those red pandas and pandas and stuff, I think, on that programme. I think it's like Longleat Safari Park in the UK, which is they report on. And definitely increased my love for the Animal Kingdom, for sure. NPL's not going to be loving much right now. His form is not the normal form that I'd come to expect from him. But to be fair, he hasn't really been allowed to put that into practice. And Nine Pandas have done quite a good job of keeping them at bay and keeping him quiet. I'm expecting quite a lot more on map 2, for sure. It must be said for Bait that 3 rounds they've won in this game have been down to Essential clutches. And that just shows you how much of a grind it's been.
Oh, that smoke is so annoying. Bait wanted to contact in. Now they've just got to wait. What have we got? Dialer Dead CT vent result. Top huts. They have Idis balance. He's just come out of heaven. He's walking towards the Mustang, so I can see him in the picture now. Ooh, a nice kill. That's an opener. Could be something going. How do they root out Dialer Dead? Good molly. Dialer Dead swings. Collects 2 before hitting the grave. That is more than perhaps should have been allotted. Coming off the plant to his head trick. Can't blame him. But, yeah, Nine Pandas are streaking well ahead here.
Yeah, that was really nice. The fact that Des gets a second is kind of what puts an end to the hopes for Bait. And even at the end there, of course, when, of course, Headtrick is trying to plant, Shalfie's in mini, and he's got the glowing rotation through lobby and hut. Shalfie just strafes through the corner of the smoke in towards single door, in towards Squeaky, knowing that, you know, Headtrick's not going to be able to kill him in that scenario. And then, of course, that's when Glowing pops his head up from Hut. So, of course, Hedrick's going to be distracted. Good little bit of... No, it's a small point. It's a small bit of teamwork put in place there, but it made sure it secured the round 100%.
All right, we're underway. And Bait have decided we don't want to hand them 12 and then buy and then try and win 8 in a row. We're going to force now and try and at least maintain the slimmest of margins, the slimmest of leeway should something go wrong. But of course, all of that thought process is predicated on winning this round of massive importance. Straight out of Squeaky, the util is ruinous. Airstrike.
Goodness me.
It's already done, surely.
Poor old Alex is getting a chance to pop the bomb on B, but he's 1v5 with 11 HP. It's not happening, my friend. Bless him. It's an absolute wipeout. Just a really nice hold, actually, from Pandas. We're seeing right here why they're very, very solid on Nuke. I mean, just looking at their previous results, right? They did lose to Eternal Fire. You can forgive them for that. Eternal Fire are like the... I don't know. They're a tier 1 team at this point, but they are like the gatekeepers of the next level, I feel like. They've had a great run after before that. You know, Rebels and Cilio, Paravision, Sinners, good win. Koi, 13-4, also a good win, especially that confidently. You know, dating back a month ago to early August, they've easily beaten Cilio, who are a good Nuke team. 9 as well. Illuminar comfortably. So 16 times they've played it recently in the last couple of months, and they've won 12, and you can see why.
Well, sort of feels like we're playing for consolation rounds at this point for Bait. Got to remind themselves what it's like to win some rounds. It's not been healthy as of the recent few.
I like this from Shalfie. Even if they don't go back to Order, I like it.
But at some point, the bomb is going to have to go near a site, and it's quite likely he's going to root through Lobby here at some point. Shalfie connects on a central. Trained now is Hedrick. Slight readjustment cost Shalfie his life. So a good opportunity, at least in this round, for Bait. Man advantage. They know Riders balance. Did they not realise where that smoke came from? What's going on?
Oh my goodness.
Am I going nuts? Was that not kind of obvious?
I feel like it was. I do feel like it was. Would kind of put the cherry on the cake if he's able to win a clutch on 7 HP. Smoke will fade towards Squeaky, but Hedrick's holding the line. Will Dillardez by this angle? No, he won't. Hedrick is ready, and Bait will prolong Nuke a little while longer. The money for 9 Pandas is good. They'll be buying again. They can get an AWP dropped to Idis Balance as well from Shalfie if they want to. If they want to. Looks like they might not. Idis Balance could just buy it up himself, and he will do exactly that. There's no utility though. I'll have to swap it out between teammates.
Okay, game on.
Oh. That was scary.
So what do we got? Cross smokes down for Bait. This is going to leave NPL. Because NPL calling around himself at the moment. 4 towards ramp. And now they make their move. Glowing decides, I don't want any of that fight. Calls it quits. Decides a slight angle. But nobody going wide enough. Until the bomb does. That should be scooped though.
Unfortunate that it was the bomb to get caught, but they have, as you say, scooped it up. So Glowing in position, it's actually a decent Molotov. It forces him very wide. I love that bit of utility actually from Bait. Might be too little too late in this game and this round even. We'll see. NPL, oh the lurk. It's a great catch on Dillardez. Fair play. Bomb now down, and with Shalfie 3 HP. That Molotov will mean that Result can focus on this duel, but he misses it towards Enthiel. Good find. And now they absolutely will not be going for this.
Very uncharacteristic from Result.
Yeah.
Yeah, this And Pandas might feel hard done by. They did a lot in this round to compel us to think they were going to win it. By the lurk, all too strong, and obviously once the result loses that duel. These last two don't fancy. Don't fancy going in for more. Where's their loss bonus? Are we looking at another buy behind this? No. I don't think so.
I mean, Shalfie can drop one and you can get 3 guns. And you can drop a FAMAS to get 4. Would you do that?
No, I wouldn't. If this was the first half, maybe. But if I'm 9 Pandas, I know that I've got some scope here to just bide my time now, save money, build a loss bonus, and just maximise gun rounds.
Yeah, that's fair. It's very tempting, isn't it? Like, even when you get 3 rifles, especially if one of them's an AWP, you can feel quite confident to go for buys in situations, but got plenty of time to use here in this game. Still 6 in a row needed to fade. And Pandas will get caught. That's the AWP gone. He's had a pretty decent game, actually, after we were kind of talking about him earlier. 17 and 10. Co-top fragging with Dilladez. They tried desperately to recover that AWP, but Alex will stop Wrestle from nabbing it. Dilladez has got it now, though. What can he do with it?
Someone needs to connect.
It's still jiggling and no longer.
It's like a poison chalice, that all. Pick it up and you're dead.
Pass to parcel, but not the fun kind.
Yeah, hot potato that goes off every few seconds.
When's the last time you played pass to parcel?
That's a question.
Childhood, I'm sure.
Yeah. I'm sure my mum did it for quite a few of my birthdays.
That's fair. That's fair. The reason I asked is because I asked Squiv the same thing when the same sort of situation arose in a game in the Rio Qual.
Did he have a more recent answer, or?
No. I mean, I bet, like, grown up pass to parcel with, like, high-end gifts like necklaces and stuff would be pretty wild. But yeah, I think
I'm doing that for my birthday.
There you go. Get it done. Okay, Bounce will make noise. Dropping down the vents, but there is another player to come back up again, and that is Wrestle instead. So they've swapped positions, and first kill has come through for Shalfie anyway against MPL. Need to see more from MPL, as I said, in the next map, without a doubt. A bit of a disappointment considering his recent form and how much good work he's done. Re-smoke for Squeaky. Wrestle just checks the left corner in case a player's repositioned to try and catch a top hut player. Make his way down silently to play closer to Squeaky.
So results slightly nervous that someone could wrap. Gives it a quick check. Balance now works himself up secret a little bit. It's double ramp for 9 Pandas. It's not a horrid way to play if you can get off a quick flank, and they're starting to move. Shalfie's going to take contact first. Glowing doesn't need to do much here. Oh, he keeps pressing the issue. Thankfully, result in the meanwhile. Mr. Chaos swings hut, and he might have sealed the deal. Bomb is out in the open. Head trick has 29 seconds. I'm not feeling this. Oh, my lord! Let's pay attention now.
Oh,
no more going. But head trick had us thinking for a moment. What could have been?
Not to be. If he didn't get tagged, I don't think that shot through the corner of hut actually would have killed him from the AWP minus balance. So who knows? Maybe he actually hits that shot on the top hut player and he survives somehow. But that's for a different universe. That's not in the universe we live in. And in the universe we do live in, 9 Pandas take the first map.
Stay in for next season.
I'm pretty sure they stay in.
Playoffs.
Yeah. As you say, it's a little bit strange, obviously, the format. It's maybe a bit harder to understand for a new viewer, but, you do kind of have to explain it in terms of those 3 separate groups, right? First group stage goes down. Where you place in that group stage puts you in a separate bracket, and then when that bracket plays out, it figures out if you're in the lower bracket of playoffs or the upper bracket of playoffs, and various rounds of playoffs. I love a run boost, since they've fixed, of course, the boosting in this game, once and for all. but it gets deleted. Shelfie and Iris Balance looking sharp to start Mirage.
Yeah, Valve couldn't save him there. No. That was cooked. And right now, given that the bomb is down in mid, we're not feeling terribly hopeful. How are they winning long-range duels with Glocks like this? Double dink. Oh, they're from Alex. Maybe we should pay attention a little bit to this round.
Yeah, I think obviously they're trying to figure out an angle that it can hold as well, which isn't really a massive issue, where they can not get flanked, I suppose. Because obviously they're wary of underpass considering they just got killed from TV. They're worried about maybe one more player going round the world, which of course is being watched at the moment by Dilladez. But yeah, it's going to be interesting. It's an instant tap though. They should peek off each other's contact. They'll do exactly that. And Wrestle gets off to a good start.
It's bad that it's actually Result that finds both those last kills. Those are tricky duels. So yeah, better late than never. They do convert the pistol, and it's still no bomb plant for bait. So all is good in the hood thus far. There are many more games to be played to decide who's in playoffs.
So the top portion of the high seed group, I believe we've got Sangal in playoffs, Namiga in playoffs, Sashi, Aurora, 3D Max, and Zero Tenacity. I think they all technically go through, but in different places in the final playoff bracket for the tournament. So the high seed group all make it through. Just obviously play off of those different places. There's one more game to be played in that group. It's been postponed for a while because Saw have been very busy around the scene. Saw play TSM in the semi-final to decide where they place. Good work from Shelfie. The trade. Wait, Dinks are coming through. Should be safe. Alex is on the opposite side of the map to the bomb, but lots of damage being done here actually from Bait in this round. He is being heard on his rotation. He misses the all-important ledge jump to the bricks for short. He'll make it on the second occasion. But he's got to hit with 2-1 digs, basically, I think.
Never say never. Stranger things have happened.
Hello.
I feel like everybody watching was willing him to try and take this shot, but it would it would have been mightily difficult, to put it mildly.
I believe Paravision have made it through as well, just looking at the arrows and the qualification points on HLTV. Paravision made it through the upper final of this medium seed group. This is the last game of the medium seed group between Nine Pandas and Bait. And as you say, I believe Bait, if they lose, they just go...
It's all very confusing to me.
Yeah, I know. It is a bit wild, but they just go to next season. Bait have had a bit of a lower bracket gauntlet. They've beaten Koi 2-0, Rush B 2-0, and Sinners 2-1, but it might all be in vain.
The way I describe this format is like this. Pick your favourite team, and if they win more games than not, they're probably doing okay. That's basically it. Win some games, and you're probably doing fine.
Life's motto, Counter-Strike. Oh, head trick. Trying to respond with 1 kill on this all-important gun round, and after losing Alex, you thought maybe he could catch one as they tried to retreat back to top mid and back to catwalk, but not to be.
Of course, given the number of players now Pandas lost against near on a full eco the round before, this round matters. They can't lose this because they'll get full reset. They've got a few players, Dilladez and Shalfie, in double eco territory. They'll have a very difficult force by decision. Needless to say, results entry kill critical. But that reply's pretty strong too.
MPL holding long range. That's more the MPL we're used to seeing on this Bait roster. That is a sharp shot. But Dilladez could cancel them out. They're peeking one by one, sort of, but then they peek together. As the second player comes from ramp in Essential. Quick trade. They have a 2v1 wrestle. Is he known about, is the question. He's got 1 kill in the round already. Bomb is being repositioned to plant, I think, inverse. No, actually, it's a regular default, not inverse default.
I think I saw him.
That may
Could be
why.
wrong. But the haste that Bait moved there for a second seemed to indicate they have some idea. Volley onto Firebox. grenade. Flushes one player wide. And NPL, without even having to help with his teammate, finds the frag. And you're right, NPL, critical frag. Central chiming in as well. And that was a round where they were at a deficit, so pretty monstrous recovery.
Indeed. And finally, to finish my point from earlier on, the lower seed group, where I believe obviously we decide some teams that actually go to relegation and 2 teams who finish bottom go to advanced, ESL advanced, once again. Yeah, that's going to panning out as well. Rebels and Betera have yet to play. They won the first opening 2 games. Apogee and Gunfire, of course, is going down right now on the other ESL broadcast. I believe, for my eyes don't deceive me, the fact that Eyeballers lost in that one and then fell in the lower bracket, that might mean they are in advanced or relegation, one of the 2.
Doesn't sound fun, whatever's going on there. Nor has this round been for 9 Pandas. Simple round for Bates, and they get shredded. Surely has to be an eco to follow this one, whatever happens. Maybe Result can get himself an AK. Who we got? MPL's nearby in Connector. He's been DMing between the maps.
Yeah. Mirage is his home, I think. Like, I mean, technically it's Bates' home as well. It's not a map where they're, you know, absolutely foolproof on. They actually only win just over half of the games they play, but they played 29 of them. That's a lot. Had a streak of 4 in a row before losing to TSM in Thunderpick and Sinners, of course, in Challenger League as well. But they did actually win that series against Sinners in the end. I'm actually just going to check. We've got something we just need to fix briefly, so we're going back to Cam's briefly. I'm going to check what his rating is on Mirage compared to other maps, because I feel like that might be a bit of a difference there. Let me dig a bit deeper.
Let's find out. I'm intrigued. And enough of my face.
Agree.
Back in game. Do you have the answers? Do you have the numbers?
I found that he's currently last 3 months 1.23. Overall, all time 1.12. Looking for maps right now. Here we go. Last 3 months. Let's have a look. 1.21 last 3 months on Mirage. Not bad.
Yep. What about Nuke?
Nuke. Remove Mirage from the rating. 1.19. Okay, not as big a difference as I'd hoped. But still, there is a difference. It all counts.
If we keep prodding and probing, we'll find one that's glaring.
Oh, look. This eco is getting munched up. They've gone toward B, and this is all good. MPL's hit another headshot. And Captain Kurtcat will find last. So that's Nuke. Let's add Dust 2. They do play Dust 2. Dust 2 1.15. Bit of a bigger difference. Ancient 1.3 on Ancient. Hello, Sailor. Let's look at Vertigo. They barely play it, so I don't think much. Yep, not even any stats on record. And finally, Anubis. Let's have a look. 1.16. So definitely, maybe that Nuke game was a little bit of an outlier, perhaps. In fact, he was a little bit off.
What I'm hearing is they need to play Dust 2 on repeat. Ooh, look at the pace of this. Look at the pace from Bates. They are not mucking around. Straight into the bomb site. Nice. And Hydus Ballas comes through the stairs smoke. He is wild. Decent response. And his Dida's is feeling the same. He's out here by jungle, by the bench. Takes his time and catches NPL out in the open. Bomb is not planted yet. Surely Hedrick's a dead man. Yeah. Head shows. He is plucked. And 9 Pandas survive the onslaught.
Yeah, a little bit pacier from Bait. And they got relatively close. But the fact they let Idis Balance get 2, dropping into Sandwich as he did, was kind of the sticking point, unfortunately. They've got plenty of money to rebuy everything. Headtrick gets his up once again. And the Headtrick Idis Balance duel, of course, as we kind of spoke about it on the first map, is interesting because they're both AWPers who are going through different phases of their careers, different phases of how they play on the AWP, whether it comes to aggression and how defensive they play. So it's actually quite an interesting heads-up duel. We saw a number of those go down on Nuke, and we're looking to see more in this round here on Mirage. NPL working his way up through the bottom of the underpass smoke. Seems like he's a little bit lost in it for now, but waiting for a moment, and Shalfie goes looking toward apps, deleted by Captain Kurtka.
Result spotted 2. I'm watching 9Pandas thinking, when are they going to take a risk here? When are we going to make a move to undo this deficit? Paul and Jewel glowing. Doesn't quite get the fight he wanted. Has to give that one up. Result smokes apartments and is now coming off catwalk. So this is the move. Leave B largely undefended. We'll work with our numbers mid. Can Result catch NPL? Damn. Yes, he can, but that is crucial information. If Beta are reading this right, they need to speed up on B right now. And indeed they are. Yeah,
fair play. Going to be a good call. They can have head trick posted as well. He'll drop the bomb over to a teammate to make sure he can keep an eye on short. 9Pandas have 1 kit on glowing, but they're just way too far away. Off the back of that 1 kill, Bait knew what to do. And they're going to commit to a 4-man save by the looks of things.
It's quite impressive how static they were. Because Result gets 1 and then nobody moves. So I wonder if even in their heads they were like, well, if their numbers, you know, B, we're stuffed anyway.
Yeah.
So, taking a leaf out of the Virtus Pro book, aren't they, with this sort of save?
Yeah, you kind of wish teams would go for these, but you know they got a kit, never smoke, and up on the retake always difficult. To keep it intact. And of course, IDIS balance can drop 1. This is what Shalfie will need, so always helpful.
Maybe a pause would come in useful for 9Pandas. Just have that kind of discussion of, guys, how are we losing these early frags? Because you're making life so difficult on the map. Obviously, the last round, it was that early pick towards B, so I don't think 9Pandas would be anything like, I'm going to say as aggressive. I think they will be as aggressive. We're going to change the look because now IDIS balance on location. They've decided to fight fire with fire. If we're going to lose men on B, we'll send more this time.
Yeah, Ressult's got his way all the way up, and I don't think in a position where he can be seen. And he's got IDIS balance's support. At least he did. And then when IDIS balance falls
like a misread or something?
off the angle,
that's when players were elsewhere?
Maybe.
My immediate reaction after seeing something like that, having watched a lot of CS on Mirage, is to look mid to see if Bait had just taken mid, and that was the reaction from 9Pandas, but that wasn't the case. That's just a bad read. I don't know what they were thinking.
Yeah, it is extra weird when IDIS balance has made noise dropping off the window of the apartments, and then Result, he moves then when he doesn't have support anymore to maybe get an instant trade. So, yeah, that is a bad read, I think is one way of putting it. For 9Pandas, for sure. Glowing, he's going to get bad timing. Cynthial exposes his positioning. Now, Swing needs to come through with a flash. It does some damage, but no more than that. IDIS might be here, but he's going to miss an all-important shot, and you just have to hit those. He sees the bomb jumping over. Sure, Shalfie might get that kill, and head trick actually falls off the angle just as IDIS balance peaks, but Shalfie, he's out of there. And NPL is in a position to stop IDIS balance too. Hasn't finished it off. Finally will. And poor old Shalfie is miles away. That is a round that I think 9Pandas will watch back in the demo later and say, why have we done what we've done?
It's getting a bit ugly. Now is definitely a time to pause because they know better than what we've just seen. I mean, it is a new lineup. Result is new to this team. Maybe they're just not on the same page because that round to me just didn't make any sense. Because so many layers to it because they adjusted. They know how they lost the previous round. So like, okay, we're going to put the AWP on the angle, the rifler up close. Nobody is getting an easy frag on our speed this time. And then there's no pressure anywhere on the map, and they decide to leave result pushing whilst the AWP runs. It's just like, it's baffling.
Just the fact that Wrestle even peaked is the thing that very much surprised me. Because sure, Balance had deep vision toward the back of Apps, right? And he didn't see the underpass player coming up. So sure, it's bad timing at the same time, but I don't see a reason why Wrestle needed to go deeper in that situation.
He needed more info. It just doesn't add up.
Yeah.
And he knows better. Okay.
Why haven't you called the pause, Alan? You'd done it on endpoint, wouldn't you? Get him signed up, guys.
I mean, I can't promise that we would actually fix anything, but there would have been a pause. I can guarantee that. This round is suspiciously 9Pandas best for ages.
Yeah.
And this was a half buy. Dialez actually went full in on the hero at M4. Why not? And now we're really paying attention. Is that a missed window smoke as well?
Yeah.
Bad to worse.
Pretty random bounce off the window. That's definitely not gone right. I have to use a molly for it instead to feel a bit safer. Actually, it's a molly that's actually not exactly in the right position either, I don't think. Bit awkward this round for Bait, considering they found one of the M4s that they maybe didn't expect to actually even be in the round. Great shot from Captain Kurtka. That could be a way back in, but Diladez is still here. Not going toward him, though, and Wrestle will get caught off guard. Another big headshot from NPL in this game. He's been pretty insane so far, and you know what? He'll hit an 11th. Nice kill from Diladez. He's going to try and hop over the angle to plant a bit safer, but once again, it might have to be help from a teammate of NPL, but thankfully Diladez misses some shots. Glowing missed his as well. And they've found a way, don't ask me how, but they've parred their way back in and have taken their 6th.
Was Dialez spamming triple?
Yes. Pretty sure.
Their comms are a mess. Straight up. Yeah. I'm quite sure their comms are a mess. That whole round was just bizarre. Again.
Wrestle caught in the open again toward ramp as well,
yeah, well,
right?
Result's moving because he thinks it's a B round.
Yeah.
But there was no bomb spotted.
And then Diladez saw nothing, and then he moves. So it's like, maybe he could just tucked again? I don't know.
But then somehow Dialez thinks it's planted triple when it's default. And
to be fair, maybe he saw one jumping across and just spammed him, but still. Like, he did get a kill from that spam, but still. I don't know, it's weird.
I mean, if Fake could hit a window smoke, it's been an easy game.
Not wrong. This is the one they play the most. You'd think they'd find a way. Here we go, finally. There's his to peek into what under just as the bottom con smoke fades. And he does really well there to finally put an end to MPL's reign of terror in this map so far. So many headshots from him. I think he's hit, I don't know, I think 12 of his kills, I think 10 or 11 of them were headshots. Pretty insane. They have an advantage again. Can they translate it this time?
There's no smokes here for the T side. And that means Balance is in a formidable position. Getting a plant will be very, very difficult. The Bait, even harder now. And they haven't really got time, have they, to reroute. 38 seconds. Case to save. I don't think they're going to do that. Bomb, though, out wide on ramp. Captain Kurtka coming up from connected. Dialez is trained on that position. Granted, he's low. Doesn't last long.
3CT. That's very interesting. And the flash is amazing from Captain Kurtka. Oh, but that's a big miss shot, though. Sure, time would have still been a problem. But if head trick connects one, he has a 1v1 to play out. Simple as that. So, close. And honestly, not a bad recovery considering the position they found themselves in. But there we are. And Pandas finally get one over the line.
Been a bizarre game so far. And Beta out of cash. investing everything into this round. Should they lose it, their force buy in the last of this first half will be far from easy on the eyes.
What do you think would do more damage, a pot or a pan?
Guess it depends on the sizes. Pans,
That's true.
pan for an equivalent size, a pan is probably heavier.
That's true.
I don't know.
I think the fact that pans can protect you on PUBG all those years ago, I still remember that. Not that I play the game. And I think we have to go
Yeah, I
with the
believe.
pan.
I think you can do the same in DayZ.
Yeah, true, actually.
It's the non-mod, the true version. What am I saying the true version for? The mod is the true version.
I just balance.
That's what the OGs play.
Real. With the AWP. And
No doubt.
waiting. And as you can see, they're kind of preparing for, looks like a maybe faster A contact play here. There's a Balk player to worry about in glowing. Playing a bit of an off angle on the Balk. And again, there's going to be a fast rotation from Dillardez if needed. He's going up a lot closer, and that timing is puke-worthy. That's horrible. He gets deleted for free. Dillardez answers back for one. Deep nade. Tags up Shelfie, but Bomber's already going down here.
Something must have taken Idis Balance off the angle because he had ramp. And look at NPL, you absolute miscreants. Walking off catwalk. I mean, his team is funny all the kills anyway, it seems, but given that the bomb's planted back triple, it's a very good plan for short. I'm always disappointed NPL didn't come into play because that is a ruinous position.
Yeah, he would have been in the perfect spot for any defusal attempt. But it wasn't needed. Alex, once again, playing pretty well, as I was kind of touching on earlier. Often I feel like if it's not NPL, it can sometimes be him. Goes a little bit, I would say, under the radar on this bait team. You have Captain Kurtka, of course, has been known on this roster, this organisation for so long. You've got Head Trick from all his past teams that he's known for. So, look at this. Alex is trying something very different in the final round of this first half. W key up short. Wrestle doesn't look ready for this. MP9, he was trying to wait for a teammate's rotations, and even though Captain Kurtka is a little bit half blind, still finds the quick trade. Dillardez very close in apps on this quick flank though. They don't see him until right at the very end. It's awkward, and he still finds two somehow. Captain Kurtka still exposed. What a shot from Head Trick. 2v2 out of nowhere. Catches the bottom con player, but the problem is Dillardez is going to be smoked off, and NPL's hit another damn headshot. It's all down to Dillardez. He is stuck, he is naded, and he is removed by NPL. 14 on the half for NPL, and 8 for bait.
Squealing of the Pandas so far in this game. It's not gone well. It's been rough. Only died as mounting any real resistance. And needless to say, Trav, be it a pistol round, be it winning a force by in a second, I need Pandas to win the start of this half economically. They have to get off to a good start.
That will help. NPL goes searching underpass. Result and Shalfeet very ready. Result the one to take it. Captain Kurtka with the smoke kit in CT. Just jump spotting at the moment. He's kind of been tasked with all of the map in that position. There is a fast rotation from Hedrick, of course, toward jungle, but those shots are maybe a little bit more difficult to hear. A little bit disappointed Captain Kurtka using the smoke there. It actually might work against him overall, because they're going to take advantage of that, run him down. Senthiel only finds one. Stairs player spotted. Glowing doesn't have a pistol. He was looking for the USP and he's not got a pistol at all right now. He's planting the bomb with no weapon. He's finally found his Glock again. And it's not going to matter because they're going to win this round either way. Amusing for Glowing, but it's fine for the Pandas.
I'm somewhat disappointed that didn't come into play.
I know.
He didn't end up in a one-on-one with no gun. Or something of the sorts. Funky.
It's funny how he was looking around. Confused Panda.
Yeah, he was just stuck triple and he was like, do I just give this up and go and plant default? Yeah, very confused Panda. Okay, what have we got then? Bait are going to force buy. Fairly default spread for them, 2-1-2. Up close positions here on A. And if you're a 9 Pandas fan, time to clinch a little bit because this is always the scary round. If you survive this, you're good, but I've seen many a team lose to a force buy of this nature.
Yeah. Double MP9 push Palace. Wrestle all the Molotov, he wants to throw it. His timing would be a bit bad though, and there we go, he's just a dead man. Run down on two different sides, and guess what? Hedrick has hit a headshot, and he's hit a second as well. He's taken Dilladez and I Disbalance. How on earth? A scout can be so painful, can't it? And now close CT for Shalfeet. Position. Jump spot from Alex to look for the information. There are two players here he needs to be ready for, and he ain't. It's Glowing. 1 versus 4. 1, 2. 5 HP. Surely he just gets run down. He will. And there is that force buy you were so worried about.
That's a big blow to 9 Pandas' chance in this map. Massive blow. I mean, good try from Glowing. You can't fault him, but it's way too much to be done.
Actually getting 2 is crazy.
I guess result was going to molly either under Balk or on the Balk for it to help his teammates. I never got that far. I am surprised they're saving on T side.
Yeah, actually. Glowing even bought up a scout and then sold it again. So they're kind of betwixt in between when it comes to their ideas. Usually, you'd think Force Spy wars would go back and forth, but perhaps with the plant, they're thinking to themselves, listen, we can actually full eco and get Galil utility in the next round. It'd be a couple of AKs and have something to work with. But it is kind of against meta, you'd be right.
Taking the time here of the Pandas.
Having a... I don't know who was it first who did it back in there? Was it Existence or something? Taking a timeout to talk about rounds on this sort of eco.
Yep, sit back and nibble on your bamboo. Discussion with the boys.
Have you ever watched a video of pandas like stripping bamboo and crunching it? Like, it's some of the most satisfying things to watch. Like, the crunch is insane. What an audio clip.
Another fun fact. Well, I think it's fun. It probably isn't, but hang on a minute. Let's finish this round first.
Okay.
I'll give you the insights. Hetrick is ever so low. Ascent fuel.
Shadow?
Shows the shadow. Oh my lord. Oh my. It requires a 4K from Hetrick. That was a near-on full eco.
Yeah. The two one digs from glowing really set that up, didn't it? So much damage. 9 Pandas will actually be delighted with that. That's probably the best way to lose the round. Anyway, what's your fun fact?
Right. They used to have a form of. It's not very fun at all. Used to have a form of torture in China, where you'd get tied down to a table and then they'd sharpen bamboo, and then let it grow through you.
That is ridiculous. That is truly horrible. I wish I'd never asked. Oh, Hetrick self-nading the window gap there. Actually almost works out for a kill. Didn't take any damage to that. Actually, I like that.
That's a great... I haven't actually seen that before.
I think I've seen it once, but I just forgotten it.
Oh yeah, maybe I was paying attention, but it's really clever, isn't it? Because you duck into the little corner on the little palisade thing.
Workbench.
On the yeah. And because you're behind the corner, you take no nade damage.
Yeah, and you get a gap in the top right corner of the smoke. And of course, it stays a little bit longer because when you tap the corner of smokes with a weapon, it shows more rather than through the middle of the smokes. So
it makes it special for the viewers at home.
Yeah, learn the lineup, guys. Use it. I bet you'll have success.
Bait want to fight for mid. 2 connector. Hetrick deep window where you can swing. And Alex is off short. They have to win these fights. They're so committed to winning mid. And it hasn't happened. Dynades onto town, glowing. Very awkward exchange. Can end this, surely. Secure the round. Just need to pick up the bomb now. It's actually fallen way off. And they have to recross this window. Bad smoke. Really bad smoke. They got away with that one, didn't they?
Good incendiary. Oh, I told a lie. I thought it went in between the side. It didn't. Now he's got to win the clutch. Oh, my goodness. He got one done in the previous, didn't he? In a ridiculous situation where he probably didn't need to be the one in the 1v1, but he had to win it on low XP. That time he had the opportunity, but glowing hits the all-important headshot. Maybe that's a lifeline now because Bait, the double eco on a few players, full force spy. Full force spy. Say it fails. 10-7 turns into 10-8, and we've got a game.
Such is the power of the full eco almost win for the 9 Pandas. They'll be disappointed that Result couldn't claim it, but you can't neglect the damage. And it was tremendous. But, I mean, I said at the start of this half, these rounds are so important for 9 Pandas. They've already lost one of them. This one is actually almost an exact mirror situation.
Yeah.
And they can't afford for it to happen again.
They can't afford Hetrick to get 2 headshots with a scout. That's for sure.
Result will stay gun out in Palace. He's not going near his nades.
Just don't even let him buy any. Just got them all to Dilladares or something. NPL close angle, jumped at, but will go down. That's the only bit of damage. I say only bit of damage. It's only kill, but I disbalance is 4 HP. Hetrick still full health. I would have liked to see him stick around a little bit longer with that scout, but also there is a thought process of, listen, we're going to have nothing next round anyway. We could keep the scout, Famas and Deagle, and use him again. Dillers is going to try and stop one of them from saving, but even though he hears Head Trick on the retreat, he might just get refaced in a moment. There it is. Shifting into it, should get tagged, you'd think. Will. They share almost the same amount of damage between them, actually. So Dillers will choose a different path out to keep his weapon alive.
Maybe we've got a game in our hands. Need a bit more, though. I also need 9 Pandas to bank some cash. They've got a big opportunity here against another lackluster investment to keep players alive.
Do they have enough money on any one of their 5 to get an AWP for Head Trick? I don't think so, right? 2400?
No. They'll even need 2 kills.
Yeah, to
someone
kill
to do it.
Yeah. And not Captain Kurtka, actually. Okay, he bought armor, but he sold it again. I was going to say. He needs to fully go here. Head Trick Scout. If he can get 2, like we've already seen once from him, then maybe an AWP is possible. We shall see. Boost up toward the short bricks. Alex on the angle. Shalfie behind it with the Mac 10. Made to break it. Meet the FAMAS, but will remove it.
Suddenly I'm feeling a lot better about these Pandas.
Not as
the result of this
endangered
map
anymore.
is looking much less black or white.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's looking red.
Looking red Panda.
Sexy, a sexy sort of red.
Funny you should say that. I actually think there is a version of the 9 Pandas logo that actually has a red outline rather than a green outline.
Oh,
I'm pretty sure.
that is juicy.
I think it might be like team logo for a different esport.
Do they have a
I'm pretty
female
sure.
team?
They might do it in a different esport. I'm not sure. They definitely did at some point in CS. I don't know if they still have it. Let me check. That's that Dota 2 team. I did not mean to click that.
9.
Yeah, 9 Pandas Fearless. That's what it is. And I knew I remembered it. Yeah, they have. It's orange and it looks a bit angrier.
Oh, look at that.
You see that?
Oh, I see. It's reversed as well. It's got the little indent.
Yeah, yeah. Actually, a couple of very well-known players used to play for that 9 Pandas Fearless team from the Impact scene. They had Tony Black as their coach as well. Isn't that Kabakan? That's his name, isn't it? Back in the day? Pretty sure.
Yeah.
It is. God damn. That's a throwback. Used to play for Vega Squadron, if I remember right?
God, yeah, you're pushing me. I know,
I got it right.
old
It's fine.
school CS pretty well, but
No, I got it
that's
right.
Vegas Squadron players.
Listen, mate. Vega Squadron were a bit of a cult hero in the scene, I felt like, at the time. With how they beat NIP and everything. The famous game. So, I remember weird things. Because I'm weird. Important round here.
Embrace it.
I will. I do. Captain Kurtka gets the first. Wrestle. Quick trade. NPL once again finds not 1 but 2. That's a great adjustment on the second and honest balance. And glowing 30 HP. Wrestle 52. Surely glowing shouldn't get away with 2. He does, and he sets up Brestol, but look at this crossfire. He's going to have to get past. Bottom con players jump spotting and jiggle peeking. And he knows where NPL still is, and yes, timing is not great. Great round for bait.
Oh, some hearts in the mouse there. Glowing. Strikes the fear of God into bait. But that was a critical round. Every round right now for bait is critical because they're so close to the finish line.
Yeah.
But they did lose a lot of players. Their loss bonus is at the second lowest possible. There is a world. There is a world where 9 Pandas win this and get up to 10. Playing pistols in the following.
Exactly. They can't rest on a 3-round lead here. It's actually nothing. 11-8 looks a lot of a bigger lead than it actually truly is. It's just, I don't know. Maybe because it's 2 digits compared to 1. Who knows? But just a weird feeling you get sometimes.
That sounds fine.
It's kind of safe. Shalfield.
No way.
How has he got from the bottom con smoke? Alex has let that happen, unfortunately. You can see the damage he was trying to do. Couldn't make it happen. But they reface Head Trick in jungle. Back down to 13 HP. Just about gets away with it. Shelfie still low from his heroics earlier. Glowing pushing close to the team. Flashed in. Oh my goodness. How has Captain Kutka got away with that? Disgusting.
Nobody's got the bomb this entire time.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, 9Pandas, something is up with their comms. Just too many of these rounds. They're in a good position, but they just can't convert. Shelfie is exposed to connector. Not anymore. As of this exact second, there is nobody B. Senfield starts to make a creep in that direction. But he's very slow about it.
No.
Oh my lord, Dynades hits home. There is a player in the market, and Dynades is undeniable. Third kill in this round. Hedrick's got to save. I should think he should save. I'm surprised he's even heading anywhere near this site. Okay, on his way out.
Dynades is dialed in. 21 and 13. Balance is having one of his maps we've kind of been talking about, which is just a little bit too quiet. And Dynades is picking up the slack. And not the social media platform.
Tim, I've just started looking up old Vegas Squadron plays.
Let me guess, right? So Chopper JR, Hujti, like Hujti, and someone else who I've forgotten.
I'm trying to remember the exact timelines because they had a very famous game against NIP, didn't they? Where they knocked them from the.
It was 16-2 on cash, if I remember.
Yeah,
correctly.
was it Cluj qualifiers?
I think it was the one after. I think it might have been a 2016 major. Might have been E-League. Not sure.
It was.
It's in there somewhere.
It was. It was E-League. Back in this period, guys, you played the first stage essentially of the major as a separate entity.
Yeah.
Still kind of the same thing, but imagine like a few weeks gap between. That's how it works.
So who was the other player? Was it Hujti, Chopper, JR, someone else? Was it?
In terms of that team, Mir.
Mir was on it back then. Damn. Of course. How could I forget? Oh, what a reaction!
Not like this.
Not like they got B. It's fine. They do have B. Bomb is recoverable. All fine.
It doesn't feel fine. It doesn't feel fine.
It's fine, Alan.
Feels
It's
bad.
fine.
Feels real bad.
It's fine. They managed to pick up the AWP. Ressalt's flanking top mid. Captain Kutka has no clue, and Essential has missed his AWP shot. He's 24 HP. He's done. Oh, something to see a jump away from. He's kind of stuck. Surely Ressalt won't just let him get away in window. He's trying not to. One bullet was needed. Took a bit of a long time, but he finds it. 11-10 it will be.
I don't think they'll have an AWP unless they keep this one going.
Yeah, MPL needs it, and he wants it. That's why
And
Ressalt's
Result knows
repositioned.
that.
Look at him. He's clued in. He's clocked in. He's locked in. Nice shot, actually, on Glowing, to be fair. Out of bullets. Thankfully, Balance is there to finish it off. So, nothing saved for Bait. Money is around about that 4k per player mark. 4.5k per player. M4s across the board. Okay util. But that's all.
Lead, though, is evaporated. Certainly has. Now we're playing Counter-Strike. Remember, loser of here can't even contest in playoffs. There's a pair of teams in this game that might have come into this season thinking, we could fight for this Pro League spot. Not anymore. Certainly by the end of this game, there'll be no more for one of those.
I do think 9Pandas are a team that deserve a shot, not just at Pro League, but also like making it through the RMR, especially after what happened in Copenhagen. It would be great for them. Look at this play from Bait, though. They've completely swarmed mid, and Headtrick is willing to even peek into lower for some reason when they've already got a man advantage. Very strange. Resthort is now behind them on the Palace Lurk as well, and that's fallen apart instantly.
Senfield doesn't look like he wants any business in this round. Why is Senfield backing off whilst Alex is moving forwards? It's disjointed, to put it mildly. And this gun has suddenly become of tremendous value. 9 Pandas don't have the greatest cash themselves. They might not be super incentivized to hunt. But they've done it, man. They've made it back to 11. And the craziest part to me is this is a map where 9 Pandas have made a lot of mistakes in that first half especially. Are we seeing what 9 Pandas looks like when they play cleaner Counter-Strike now?
Yeah, we don't know what their CT side looks like in terms of better communication, perhaps. 9 Pandas made a few mistakes on T side as well, but Bait, unfortunately for them, over-peaking a bit in mid there. They had so much manpower, right? I guess that's why Headtrick kind of thought, okay, I can just peek into lower. But he peeked it so aggressively, he didn't even jump spot it properly. It's not like he jump spotted it, found the information, so he then pre-fire the angle. He just gave Dilladez so much time. And yeah, disappointing for Bait. Correctly using a timeout in the last round, but one of regulation. Round 23. So, what on earth can they do here with the money they've got? Surely you have to play for overtime in this situation. Surely. A little bit of a half. That's not too bad. They're willing to invest in an extra M4, which is, I guess, fair enough. Because one player on an MP9 for the next round isn't the end of the world.
You can somewhat figure you might save one, I guess.
Yeah. And they've actually got a smoke and a kit as well, so it's like they've bought as much as they possibly can to give themselves a chance at winning this round, while still having a good opportunity in round 24.
Stacking the right sides. They've got my attention. And Molly's climbing the balcony. Dilladez engages from connector. He has been formidable. Frankly, maybe the only thing standing between 9 Pandas and defeat is Dilladez. He's on 28 kills, which in a world without Donk might be impressive.
There we go.
Serious point.
Incredible. What a recovery from 9 Pandas. They would absolutely deserve it if they're to finish off here and now. There's 28 on the board. I think he had 6 kills in the last 2 rounds. And second half especially.
Yeah.
He's been insane.
But if he gets 11 kills here, he's got the record.
True. 39 is the new record, isn't it? Regulation.
How has this happened? How are Bait about to play for survival?
And knifed.
Knife in the back?
It happens. What a time for it, though.
That's not a summary. That's evil.
Yeah, that's a right click as well to get him down to 39. Dilladez playing inside of the smoke. They haven't really... I don't know if my memory's fading, but I feel like they haven't really touched a proper apartments play in this T-half so far. Maybe once. Together.
It's been a lot of mid in this split side.
Yeah. And there's all time to go for it, perhaps. NPL is desperate to find 1 kill to start off the round. Overtime is still a distinct possibility. Alex in ladder. Patrolling. Looking at the bottom of window and looking towards short, but Shalfie... He's had a slow game, but that could be a huge impact kill. Essential falls. Dilladez gets that one, and Shalfie, of course, will get a second. 9 Pandas. Don't ask me quite how, but they've recovered from an unbelievable deficit on Mirage.
Well, one man is surely top of that list as to how they've done this. Dynades will not be denied. This is an ugly game of Counter-Strike by 9Pandas. They'll know it. They'll watch the demo back and think, my God, we could have got more out of that defense. But they have turned up the wick here. 9 rounds on the T side to claim it. And that is, unfortunately, Bait going home.
Yeah, it's a shame, because I'm a big enjoyer of this Bait roster. I thought Mirage would look pretty good for them. It's not exactly a foolproof map, but it's one they play a hell of a lot. That's their 30th in the last 3 months on that map, and unfortunately, they didn't